Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sharon is becoming the focus of the plot with extremely tense details. She has become the center of a dramatic plot that the audience cannot take their eyes off. With the harsh and chaotic events that Sharon has to go through, the biggest question now is, what will happen next after she escapes the sewers and reunites with her family? Escape from the sewers, a new beginning? In recent episodes, Sharon has faced a dangerous challenge, even near death when she was captured and taken into a damp sewer by the two main villains, Jordan and Ian Ward. Luckily, Sharon found a way to escape and return to the arms of her family. However, this event has left her with many mental and physical scars. Viewers are anxiously waiting to see what Sharon will do next to recover from this terrible pain. Will she accept the passive role, continue to be stuck in the boring image hanging around the crimson lights, or will she stand up and take the opportunity to become a stronger woman? This is a golden moment for YNR producers to take Sharon's character out of the old mold and give her a new depth, a significant development in psychology and action. Is the tension between Jordan and Ian Ward really over? An indispensable part of Sharon's story are the two villains Jordan and Ian Ward. Although the plot seems to be coming to an end as Sharon has escaped their siege, is that really the end? Ian Ward, with his history of deception, manipulation and always trying to gain control, is not someone who will let go easily. Viewers have every reason to believe that Ian still has some hidden cards and will return with more sinister schemes than ever. Jordan, on the other hand, is not a character to be forgotten. Her actions have thrown Sharon's life into chaos, and viewers can look forward to a final confrontation between Sharon and Jordan, where Sharon can truly free herself from the ghosts of her past. Dylan McAvoy, ex-husband returns? Adding to the intrigue of the current storyline is the possibility that Dylan McAvoy, Sharon's ex-husband, could return. Dylan, who has been portrayed as a kind but damaged man, could play a surprising role in Sharon's story. Will he return to help Sharon, or will his presence create new conflicts between the other characters? If Dylan does return, it would be a great opportunity for YNR to explore more of the dark side of his relationship with Sharon. Dylan not only brings back painful memories, but also has the potential to stir up complex emotions in Sharon, which could push her story in a completely different direction. Sharon, recovery or continued suffering? One of the concerns that viewers have is that Sharon will continue to be ignored after the end of the storyline with Jordan and Ian. This is not what fans expected at all. Instead, this is a time for YNR to develop Sharon's character in a more powerful way. Viewers want to see Sharon overcome her trauma and assert her self-worth. Maybe she will take on a new business venture, find love again, or even confront those who hurt her to seek justice. Whatever path is chosen, it is important that Sharon has the opportunity to determine her own fate, instead of depending on other characters. What YNR fans can expect Sharon's evolution is not only dependent on the storyline, but also on how YNR develops the character going forward. Viewers want to see a stronger, more assertive Sharon, while still maintaining the emotional depth she once displayed. Will the show capitalize on Sharon's potential to make her the centerpiece of the show? Or will they waste the opportunity by returning her to the boring plotlines at Crimson Lights? This is the question that fans and critics are waiting to hear. Sharon Newman's story after escaping the sewers and reuniting with her family could be a major turning point in her journey on The Young and the Restless. With the drama, the potential appearance of her ex-husband Dylan McAvoy, and unresolved conflicts with Ian Ward and Jordan, this is an opportunity for YNR to create a compelling new storyline. Sharon fans can certainly expect more powerful, multidimensional character development, as well as emotional moments that will take the show to new heights. The complex relationships between the characters have always been an attractive factor for the audience. And now, Sharon Newman is facing a major turning point in her life when two important men, Newman and Dylan McAvoy, once again become the focus of her life. Will Sharon find happiness or fall into a painful emotional spiral once again? Sharon Newman, hallucinations and dark days. In recent months, Sharon has fallen into a state of psychological chaos due to being manipulated and using drugs. These drugs have caused terrifying hallucinations, making her unable to distinguish between reality and imagination. This leads to Sharon often dreaming about Nick, who used to be an important part of her life. Nick's figure becomes the center of Sharon's fantasies and memories, as if her mind is screaming to get back to this man. Those hallucinations are not simply expressions of deep feelings, but also reflect Sharon's desire for a stable and peaceful life. But can the love that Sharon feels in her dreams become true, or is it just part of a chaotic emotional spiral? Nick Newman, the hero who never gives up. Nick Newman, with his nature of always protecting the one he loves, fought fiercely to clear Sharon of all the sins that were attributed to her and embarked on a journey to find her. Nick went to every hidden corner of Genoa City, hoping to bring Sharon back safely. Nick's determination, perseverance, and unwavering love became the driving force for Sharon to try to overcome the difficulties. During this journey, Nick and Sharon's relationship began to become closer. Rays of hope for a reunion between the two gradually flashed, as if fate was bringing them back together. Nick and Sharon, with their ups and downs, once again find a deep connection, a glimmer of hope for a shared future. Dylan McAvoy, a surprising return, however. Just as Nick and Sharon seem ready to move on, an unexpected twist occurs. Dylan McAvoy reappears in Sharon's life. Not only does this upset Sharon's feelings, it also threatens to derail any progress between her and Nick. Dylan, a character who has been portrayed as a strong, loyal, yet wounded man, left Genoa City in 2017 to enter the Witness Protection Program. The last time viewers saw Dylan, he was leaving to protect himself and his loved ones from a dangerous threat. Now, after years of absence, Dylan returns with a simple but compelling explanation: that threat has been permanently removed. More importantly, Dylan delivers an emotional message to Sharon: "I never stopped loving you." These words not only bring back old memories, but also put Sharon in a difficult position. Dylan is an important part of her past, and now he is ready to write a future with her. Who will play Dylan McAvoy? When mentioning Dylan, the audience immediately thinks of Steve Burton, who brought a perfect image to this character. However, with a busy schedule at General Hospital, the possibility of Steve returning to YNR is unlikely. But that does not mean Dylan cannot continue to appear on screen. This is an opportunity for the YNR producers to find a new actor, young, handsome and talented, to take on the role of Dylan McAvoy. A new face can bring new life to the character, at the same time opening up more interesting stories for Sharon and other characters in Genoa City. Dylan's return is not only a reunion of two exes, but also a test for Sharon. Standing between Nick, who fought so hard to protect her, and Dylan, who always had a sincere and deep love, what choice will Sharon make? If Sharon chooses Nick, she will find a familiar stability, a solid place to rest after months of chaos. Nick has proven that he is always ready to fight for her, and his love for Sharon is unshakable. If Sharon chooses Dylan, she will have the opportunity to rediscover a love that was once unfinished, a relationship filled with memories and intense emotions. Dylan, with the promise of a future without danger, gives Sharon hope for a new beginning. Only time will tell whether Sharon can overcome all obstacles to become a strong, independent woman, or whether she will be drowned in endless suffering. But one thing is for sure, Sharon's journey has always been one of the highlights of The Young and the Restless. The love triangle between Sharon, Nick and Dylan is not only an emotional trigger for viewers, but also an opportunity for YNR producers to build deeper and richer storylines. Love, loyalty, sacrifice, and difficult choices are the elements that make up a compelling story. Nick will continue to fight to keep Sharon by his side, despite Dylan's presence. Dylan will find ways to prove that he is ready to start over and never stop loving Sharon. Sharon will have to face her past, present and future to make a difficult decision that could change her life forever. Conclusion: the return of Dylan McAvoy has disrupted the fragile balance in Sharon Newman's life. Facing two men who love her deeply, Sharon will have to make a decision that will not only affect herself but also those around her. Will Sharon choose the familiar love of Nick, or will she take a chance on Dylan, who returns after many years to prove that his love is still intact? Only time will tell, but it is certain that this story will be one of the most memorable storylines in the history of The Young and the Restless. Love triangles have always been one of the core elements that bring undeniable attraction. And now, the audience will once again witness the rise of a new love triangle, when Dylan McAvoy unexpectedly returns and stands in the middle of the gradually reuniting relationship between Sharon Newman and Nick Newman. Will Dylan's appearance destroy Sharon's chance of reuniting with Nick? Or is this just the beginning of a dramatic emotional battle between the two half-brothers? Sharon Newman, the center of the struggle. After months of pain and chaos, Sharon Newman finally finds hope in Nick Newman, who has fought tirelessly to protect her. Nick has been there for Sharon through the toughest times, and his determination opens the door to a new future. Just when things seem to be on the right track and Sharon is ready to rebuild her life with Nick, Dylan McAvoy, an ex who has been a big part of her life, suddenly appears. Dylan's return not only puts Sharon in a difficult position, but also awakens deep emotions that she has tried to bury. Dylan not only makes an emotional confession that he has never stopped loving her, but also confirms that the dangers that forced him to leave are now completely gone. With Dylan's appearance, Sharon faces a difficult decision. Will she choose the man who has always been there for her in difficult times, or will she give her ex a chance to make up for past mistakes? Nick Newman versus Dylan McAvoy, the war between brothers. What makes this story even more complicated is the blood relationship between Nick and Dylan. The son of Nikki Newman and Paul Williams, Dylan is Nick's half-brother. This blood relationship not only increases the drama but also heightens the emotions, as two men from the same family stand on opposite sides, fighting for the love of the same woman. For Nick, Dylan's return is a huge shock. Not only is Nick afraid that Dylan will hurt Sharon again, but he also feels that his blossoming relationship with Sharon is at risk. With a protective and assertive nature, Nick will not easily give up on Sharon, especially when he believes she deserves a stable and happy life. Meanwhile, Dylan is not someone who gives up easily. His return is not only to express his love for Sharon, but also a chance for him to start over. Dylan knows he hurt Sharon when he left in 2017, but this time he's willing to do whatever it takes to prove that he's changed and that his love for Sharon is forever. Sharon Newman, a hard choice caught between two men who love her deeply. Sharon faces a difficult decision. Nick represents stability and security, while Dylan brings the intense feeling of a love that never dies. Sharon's choice will not only affect her future, but may also change the dynamic between the two men and the Newman family. Viewers are not only waiting for Sharon's decision, but also curious about how she will deal with the mixed emotions inside her. Will Sharon be able to find the answers she truly desires, or will she be overwhelmed by the emotional whirlwind and pressure from both sides? What direction will YNR take with Dylan? Another big question is the future development of Dylan McAvoy. With Steve Burton, the actor who played Dylan, currently busy with his role on General Hospital, finding a new face to replace him is inevitable if YNR wants to keep the character in the story. Each character faces challenges, tragedies, and complex relationships. And now, the focus of the story revolves around Sharon Newman, a woman who has been through a lot, and two special men in her life, Nick Newman and Dylan McAvoy. Dylan's unexpected return not only changes the entire relationship between the three, but also opens a new chapter full of conflicts, emotions, and difficult choices. The confrontation between Nick and Dylan does not stop at fighting over Sharon, but also has the potential to cause a rift in the Newman family and the already tense relationship between the brothers. Nikki Newman and Paul Williams, as Dylan's parents, will certainly be dragged into this war. Viewers can fully expect tense scenes between Nikki and Victor Newman, Nick's father, as both try to protect their son. Sharon Newman, one of the most beloved characters on The Young and the Restless, has faced many painful events in her life. After going through a period of manipulation and drug use, Sharon has been living in a painful hallucination with Nick at the center. Dreams and fantasies about Nick are the only way she feels comforted during her dark days. When Sharon finally overcomes the nightmare, she realizes that Nick, who has always been there for her and fought tirelessly to protect her, is the support she can rely on. With Nick's tireless efforts, Sharon seems to be entering a new phase in her life where she can start to rebuild everything. The feelings between the two are gradually rekindled, and it seems that nothing can stop them from healing the wounds of the past. But Sharon's life has never been simple. Just as she and Nick are about to embark on a new journey together, another man from her past appears, Dylan McAvoy. The fight between Nick and Dylan not only adds drama, but also gives YNR a chance to delve deeper into the complicated relationship within the Newman family, which has always been a highlight for fans. Sharon's future, who will she choose? Regardless of who Sharon chooses, this story is sure to leave a deep impression on viewers. If Sharon chooses Nick, she will find the stability she's always craved, but will also have to deal with feelings of regret and remorse for Dylan. On the other hand, if she chooses Dylan, she will have the chance to relive her once passionate love, but that also means betting on an uncertain future. Dylan McAvoy's return will not only shake up Sharon and Nick's relationship, but also open up a new chapter of drama for the young and the restless. The love triangle between Sharon, Nick, and Dylan brings intense emotions, tense confrontations, and difficult choices. Nick Newman, the man who witnessed Sharon's most difficult moments, has fought tirelessly to protect her. Nick has always been a strong support for Sharon, especially during the time when she was overwhelmed by hallucinations and manipulation. For Nick, Sharon is not only the woman he loves, but also an indispensable part of his life. When Dylan appears, Nick realizes that his relationship with Sharon may be threatened. Not because Sharon's feelings for Dylan are stronger, but because Dylan's presence has brought back old memories that Sharon has tried to forget. But Nick is not someone who gives up easily. He is willing to do everything to prove that his love for Sharon is something she can trust and rely on. Viewers will surely continue to follow Sharon's journey, waiting to see what decisions she will make, and how the relationships in Genoa City will change. Regardless of the outcome, this promises to be one of the most memorable storylines in the history of The Young and the Restless. What makes this love triangle so special is the blood relationship between Dylan and Nick. The son of Nicky Newman and Paul Williams, Dylan is Nick's half-brother. This blood relationship not only adds complexity to the story, but also creates fascinating emotional conflicts between the two men. Dylan, who has always been portrayed as strong and determined, does not easily give up on Sharon. He believes that he can bring her the happiness she deserves. Meanwhile, Nick, with his strong protective instincts, will not let Sharon fall into the hands of anyone, not even his half-brother. The battle between Dylan and Nick is not only an emotional confrontation, but also a test of their brotherly relationship. Will their love for Sharon cause a rift in their family, or will the two find a way to resolve the issue peacefully? Caught between two men who love her deeply, Sharon must make a difficult decision. Nick offers her the security and stability she craves after months of heartbreak. Dylan, on the other hand, offers her the intensity and romance she once felt. Each choice has its consequences. If Sharon chooses Nick, she will have the chance to build a stable and peaceful life. But if she chooses Dylan, she will face uncertainty, but also the chance to relive the intense emotions she once experienced. With Steve Burton busy on General Hospital, YNR may be looking for a new actor to take on the role of Dylan. This is an opportunity for a young, attractive, and talented actor to bring a fresh perspective to the character. Dylan is not only an important part of Sharon's story, but also has the potential to change the dynamics in the Newman and Williams family. Dylan McAvoy's return opens a new chapter of emotion and conflict in The Young and the Restless. The love triangle between Dylan, Sharon, and Nick not only attracts audiences with dramatic confrontations, but also with the deep emotions that each character brings. Will Sharon choose Nick, who has always been by her side in difficult times, or Dylan, the man who has never stopped loving her? This battle will not only decide Sharon's future, but also deeply affect the relationship between Dylan and Nick. Viewers will definitely not want to miss every moment of this dramatic story. Keep watching to find out who Sharon will choose, and where the future of The Young and the Restless will go.